Hey guys, today's video is over digix, which is D-I-G-I-X, digix. And digix is a gold-backed cryptocurrency. And so for those of you who are familiar with the existing system, the US dollar is not backed by gold. Some of the people in the comments from the last video were confused and they thought that we were still backed by gold, and we are not. We left that system in like the 70s, and so now our money is purely fiat. It is not backed by anything. It's backed by the government. It's not actually representing ownership in gold or representing ownership of really anything anymore. It's just a piece of paper. And so it's important to note that we are not backed by gold anymore, and some people would say that one of the biggest mistakes that we've made for our monetary policy was to move away from that gold standard. And I might kind of agree with that. Digix and the Digix team decided that, hey, we should have this representative or this certificate of ownership, especially because gold is so big. I mean, a lot of the people that I've met in the Bitcoin space, in the crypto space, or here in Idaho, a lot of people are really into gold. Gold has been a valuable asset, a good store of value since like the beginning of civilization. The Digix guys, the Digix team thought, or they're kind of thinking this same way, is that gold is a pretty stable store of value. And if you like gold, you have a lot of gold or you purchase a lot, there is kind of a problem with having a large amount of gold. Well, one, you can't go to the store and hand over a bar of gold and say, hey, I want some chips. And then on top of that, if you want to move large amounts of gold, like let's say you had $10,000 worth of gold or $100,000 worth of gold, it's not very easy to transfer that. It's a very illiquid asset. You can't easily move it around or spend it or use it. So the Digix team decided to kind of solve that or help gold be a little bit more liquid. And the way that they did this was they had a crowd fund, they had a crowd sale where they raised money, and I believe that they raised about, I want to say $5 million. And with some of that money, they purchased a large amount of gold, and they put that gold into a safe in Singapore. And Singapore is one of the most economically free places in the world. It's also ranked in the top like 5 wealthiest nations in the world. It's a very secure place. A lot of people, a lot of wealthy people actually immigrate there. They're very big into gold. They're very big into economic freedom. That's why the Digix team decided to have the vault in which they hold the gold in Singapore, because for safety reasons, for economic freedom. And so they have all this gold, and then they created what is known as digix. Digix is a cryptocurrency, a token, a coin that you can purchase, and each digix token represents, I believe, like an ounce of gold. And this is certifiably true. Basically, if you really wanted, you could take your digix tokens and you could go and actually go to the bank or go to the vault in Singapore and receive the gold that you own. So you go there, you could give them your cryptocurrency, and then they would give you that actual gold if that's what you wanted. Also, if you have digix DAO, or if you have digix tokens, those digix tokens can be audited. So you can check to make sure that yes, that you actually own that. Yes, this is in that vault. And they do, I believe, quarterly audits to guarantee or to make sure that everybody's money is locked up in that vault. So very secure, they're very transparent and open about the way that they work. So the digix token exists on the Ethereum network, which is really good. I'm a big fan of Ethereum, and Vitalik, the creator of Ethereum, is a pretty big fan of digix, the Digix team, and he's been very encouraging of everything they're doing. So when you have one of the big guys in Ethereum saying, hey, these guys are onto something, that means that we should probably pay attention. One of the big benefits of having a gold-backed token in the crypto space is we have a stable coin. A lot of people I hear that when they're talking about cryptocurrencies, they say, oh, well, that's very risky, the price is very volatile, and so this kind of scares some people away from getting involved with cryptocurrency, and digix kind of steps in to fix that problem as well. Is if you want to be involved with cryptocurrency, but you're kind of fearful of volatility, which is actually, the volatility is decreasing all the time, but if that is a concern to you, digix is a cryptocurrency and it's backed by gold. So you get this stability from gold in a cryptocurrency. And then also, as I might have mentioned before, gold is fairly illiquid. You know, you can't spend it at the store. It's difficult to send to my friends in a different state or a different city, let alone another country. That's very difficult, especially when you start talking about any substantial amounts of gold. You've got thousands of dollars of gold. It gets very heavy. It gets very expensive to spend. It's going to cost you a lot of money to trade your gold. And so digix solves that problem. It enables you to own gold, have this gold in an app on your phone or on your computer, have that ownership, and you can send that ownership anywhere you want, anywhere in the world, and it's much, much, much more liquid than gold by itself. This digix token gives gold the liquidity that it never had. Because of things like shapeshift and other things like shapeshift and some of the exchanges, you can basically spend your gold ownership, within minutes. Within minutes you can say, okay, well, I need to spend some money at the store, let's exchange some of my gold for Bitcoin, and then you can spend it at the store very quickly and very easily. So that it solves some of the liquidity problems that exist with gold. It makes the transference very fast, very quick. So also, the digix token is not really a new idea. There was a big thing, I want to say early 2000s, called eGold. I would encourage you to look that up, eGold. And this team, they put together a similar certificate ownership of gold, but I believe that the government stepped in and shut them down. They didn't really like what they were doing, or I'm not exactly sure, but they were a very successful business. Lots of people were using this, traders, people who are trading to gain, they sell when gold is high and buy when gold is low. This was a big, big thing for them because they could very easily transfer their gold ownership or buy more gold very quickly without having to go to a different state or find some person. This makes that all very, very easy. eGold was extremely successful until they were shut down by the government. So that's kind of a unique thing that cryptocurrency or Ethereum, the networks enable, is this decentralized encrypted certificate of gold. So there is no central point of authority or central attacking point. So let's say even if somebody wanted to shut it down, or that they did not like this gold transference, it would be extremely difficult for them to shut that down. It's a global thing, so let's say America or let's say Russia, they didn't like it and they wanted everybody to stop using it. Well, there's no server that they could go and shut down, or there's not really like people that they can go arrest. And also, like I said, Singapore, who is all about this sort of thing, they're very okay with this because they're pro-economic freedom. They have no problem with this, and this is where the actual gold is stored. Also, it's very important to note, some people get concerned about this, and I need to make it very clear, there is zero fractional reserve. So if you have a token that token is exact ownership of the gold in there. It's not like they have some small amount of gold and they are only needing to hold 10% of the gold that everybody's gold certificates. It is a very direct, you have, I believe it's like 1 digix means you have 1 ounce of gold. There is no fractional reserve. Fractional reserve can be very harmful and negative, so they are not doing a fractional reserve. They work, so this coin, the digix, is a gold-backed cryptocurrency. So if you are interested in gold, you like gold, I would suggest you read more or maybe comment some questions, or feel free to message me so we could talk a little bit about what this means and why this is such a powerful thing. So if you have any questions, feel free to write them in, like, subscribe, share, let your buddies know if they're interested in gold, ask them if they've ever heard of digix, and send them to me with questions. Alright guys, thank you, bye.